Hello everyone. So I'm back with a new video. We have a break with videos on education policy. We'll be coming up with few more videos. I have few more updates to give on that. But meanwhile, what we missed was basically I missed to put a video was on reduced portion. The portion got reduced. Our board, the state board of Maharashtra, has announced reduction in portion, so the strategy would change. So this video will be more about reduction in portion and few points about strategies in our approach towards board exams. Then maybe in coming videos I'll be linking this with the previous year's board papers, comparison, what to expect, what not to expect. So there is a brief analysis which I will need at least 2 videos to explain. So let us deep dive into this concept first with our understanding about what is removed from the portion and why it was removed. And it was exactly what I expected. I'll tell you why. Meanwhile, let us start with the video. Now students, if you haven't subscribed the channel, I want you to subscribe the channel, like the channel, share, so that maximum people benefit out of it. So first we'll start with reduction in portion. If you have your textbooks, grab your textbook with you and mark what all is not there. I'll be also talking about concepts and solved examples, so you will need them. So first, chapter 1, if you see from 1.1, page 4 and 5, complete sum number 1 is eliminated for this year. And question number 2, 1 to 6 question are not there. And from all solved examples of page 1, 2, 3 and 4 are removed, will not be a part of this board exams. Now, if you carefully see from exercise 1.1, why these sums are removed is because this is something that you already studied in 9th. So this was removed. Question number 7 and 8 deals with adding, subtracting, adding method, where you get the value of x plus y and x minus y even without solving for x and y. So that is a fairly new concept or not thoroughly practiced concept from standard 9. So fair enough. Why did they remove this topic? Fair enough. Expected as well. Let us go ahead. Now, from the same chapter, exercise 1.4, from page number 19, exercise 1.4 is completely removed. And all the solved examples of page 17, 18 and 19. Now try to understand. First of all, this was one of the least asked questions in board exams, because if you see, these sums are easy but lengthy, and we do not have any sum which carries a weightage of more than 4 marks, and these sums actually easily cover 5 marks. So that is why anyways this had a very less possibility of being asked in an exam, and hence removed. So fair enough once again. Now this is all from chapter 1 and few sums from the solved example, that is question number 6, which is also not there, which is related to exercise 1.4, page number 28. Now even this is not a part of your board exams anymore for this year only. Once again, I would like to specify that. Now coming to chapter 2. Now I'm very excited and glad and happy, because this is what I knew was going to happen, that from page number 28, from the second chapter, completing the square method is eliminated. Now try to understand, students, why this was expected. Because to solve a quadratic equation, we had 3 methods: factorization, completing the square method, and formula method. Factorization is easy and a shorter method, but why other 2 methods were required was because factorization as a method was not a completely reliable method, because not all quadratic equations can be factorized. So we needed a method. Which could solve any quadratic equation. So hence we had completing the square method and formula method. Now completing the square method is a bit complicated method in terms of solving, but completing the square method is actually giving us the formula method. Formula method uses completing the square method to derive the formula, which was done by our great mathematician Sridhar Acharya. So even without completing the square method, we can solve the entire quadratic equation, formula method being the easiest of all, factorization necessary and shorter one. So completing the square method goes away for this year. So you could be happy and glad about it. So completing the square method is out, and all the solved examples of page number 37, 38 and 39. Now students, till now, if I have to talk about, I will summarize chapter 1 and 2 together. So let us go ahead first. Now from exercise 2.5, now there were sums based on application of quadratic equation. When I say application of alpha quadratic equations, in other words, I mean sums based on alpha and beta. So sums based on alpha and beta were of two types, and they have removed it in a slightly different way. So when I say how they have considered is, there are two basic formulas of alpha and beta: alpha plus beta minus b upon a, alpha into beta c upon a. Any sum which uses these two formulas are not there for your exams. So if I have to be very specific, from 2.5, question number 1, sub question 3 is not there. In the same exercise, question number 5 and 6, they are not going to be asked in the board exams, because these are the sums which involves alpha plus beta minus b upon a, alpha into beta c upon a, and all the solved examples of 46 and 47. Definitely this takes away one of the most difficult sums which comes in the problem set. Now students, you would be confused, sir, now when I have to do non-textual sums, and if you take up different resources, when I say resources, different publications, different books available in the market, they will have everything. So how do I actually identify whether this sum is whether this sum of alpha beta is there or this sum of alpha beta is not there? Can this be asked or will this not be asked? So it's a very simple way to identify any sum which involves a formula of alpha plus beta minus b upon a, alpha into beta c upon a is removed. All other sums of alpha and beta are there for your board exams this year. Moving ahead in the same chapter, page number 53. This is again based on alpha plus beta minus b upon a, alpha into beta c upon a, MCQ. This sum is omitted, question number 6. Similarly, in the next page, page number 54, problem set question number 10. Once again, one of the least asked sums. This sum does exist in our textbook since 2011, I believe, 11, 12 roughly, and till date it has never been asked. A very lengthy sum, a bit complicated to solve and understand. So it was expected this is going to be removed. Now this is what is removed from chapter 1 and 2. Now it is very, very clear, students. Chapter 1 and 2 there would be some parts which will be removed. And that is why wherever I teach to my students, I never started with these chapters, waiting for the reduction in portion. Though I had quite an idea what these things will be removed, but still we waited and we went for something else. So students, alpha beta being removed and completing the square being removed does not affect more of quadratic equation, because any which ways these sums were asked less. But definitely sums based on formula method becomes more important. It automatically increases the importance. Try to understand the weightage of the chapter is not reduced. In exercise chapter 1.1, once again, chapter 1, once again, word problems of linear equations attain importance. So this is what I take away from these two chapters. Now, let us go to chapter number 4, that is financial planning. One of the most confusing chapter for students, a very lengthy chapter with very less marks to it. So fair enough. There were two parts to this chapter, 4 exercises and 2 problem sets. The first part was GST, which was going to be there because it deals with the practical aspect which you are facing in real life. So very important. And second part was mutual funds, shares and everything, which is removed. So entire exercise 4.3, that is on page number 102 and 103, and exercise 4.4 on page number 109 is removed. Entire problem set 4b is removed, and all solved examples right from page 96 to 108 is not going to be asked for this year in board exams. So you could be happy. This takes away a major chunk of the chapter. Major chunk of the chapter. I could say 60% of the chapter is out right now. What is pending is GST, in which you have 2 or 3 type of sums, repetitive. So this makes the chapter really easy. The biggest challenge in algebra over last 2-3 years I've seen is for student was financial planning. So I think this makes it easy so that we can focus on the GST part. So this is from financial planning, which was removed. So let us go to the last chapter. Now the best part is nothing is removed from AP and what do you say, probability. And this was expected, students, because if you don't understand AP, how will you solve GP and HP in standard 11th? If you don't understand the basics of probability here, how will you solve probability in standard 11th? So any teacher or any educator who has started with this chapter has been very smart to analyze and understand. because it was expected that this would not change. Now coming to chapter 6, statistics, once again, lot could be removed from this chapter. Now what they've done is, there were 3 methods to solve mean: direct method, assume mean method, and step deviation method. All the sums of assume mean method and step deviation method are being removed for this year. It is not going to be asked. So basically mean is there, but you will be asked only sums based on mean by direct method. So one sum of 3 marks, high chances direct method will be asked. Highly likely, because of very, very good weightage to this chapter, and a major chunk of the chapter is once again removed, with step deviation and assume mean method not being asked in the chapter. So page number 138, question number 2, 4, 5 and 6 are not going to be asked in the board exam. And all solved examples of from page number 133 to 137 are removed. Now, once again, when it comes to the statistics, there were 2 parts. One is numerical presentation of data, mean, median, and mode, where we dealt with them. And then there is graphical or diagrammatic presentation of data, where you have pie diagram, histogram, and frequency polygon. Trying to understand pie diagram drawing, they have kept it. It's easy and scoring. And pie diagram reading sums, which tend to be a bit confusing to the students, are removed. So be happy. Pie diagram reading sums are out. So you have, in pie diagram, you only have to learn pie diagram drawing. So page number 164, sum number 5 and sum number 6 are out. And all solved examples from page, right from page number 160 was basically 160 and 161 are removed. Now coming to page number 165, the next page, all the sums based on pie diagram reading, that is sum number 2, that is MCQ, is not there. Sum number 4, which is based on, once again, step deviation method, is not going to be there. So this is removed. Now, once again, same chapter, if you go to the problem set part, question number 14 from page number 167 is removed. And question number 16 from page number 168 is removed. So even if you be carefully look at this, even sum number 16 is removed from the topic. So this is what has been removed from the entire topic. Now let us look at the weightage. Have the weightage been changed? No. Now if you see, there is some omission from linear equation. There are major parts gone, but the chapter is reduced. So this chapter importance increases a bit. Quadratic equation, if you ask me, completing the square method is removed and some sums of alpha and beta are removed. So not really a change in the approach of quadratic equation. AP, financial planning, GST becomes very important, because try to understand, they have to ask 8 marks. And that is going to be only out of 4 exercise. So for me, this is where I invest my money. A very important topic if you want to score good marks, because 8 marks only for 2 exercise, there couldn't be productive. Similarly, probability anyways, it has its importance. And statistics, once again, with a step deviation and all going on, yeah, it has become important again. So due to the change, the chapter which comes into the highlight where I place my money is on financial planning, deals with money. So this becomes a more important and productive chapter. Till date, if anybody would ask me which is the most productive chapter for standard 10th in Maharashtra State Board, I would say probability. But today I would say financial planning, provided they don't change chapter-wise weightage in the coming months. As of now, they have not changed anything. Now students, this is basically paper pattern which we had already discussed. The paper pattern remains the same. I had already taken a video on this entire paper pattern, where MCQs are there. Now, once again, question number 1, A and B are very important, because you get no options here. When I say no options, you have to solve each and every sum from question number 1, A and B. You have to solve every sum. If you see 4 marks out of 4 marks, just look at this, 4 marks out of 4 marks, 4 marks out of 4 marks. So this is very important. Now, just because of question number 1, A and B, it becomes necessary for me to learn each and every concept. I can leave a particular difficult sum, but I can never leave any chapter in option or any concept in option if I want to score full marks. Now, this does not change, but what is very important is question number 4 and question number 5. Now, this is a very important part in this paper where the things change. Why? I will tell you. Now, question number 4, as per the board, it is strictly going to be outside the syllabus, related to the textbook, but not from the textbook. So question number 4, if I go to the previous slide, question number 4, 2 out of 3, where you have to solve 2 sums out of 3 sums, has to be external sums as per the board ultimatum, or I would say board suggestions, or whatever they are suggesting us, or they're telling us that question number 4 is going to be outside the textbook. But in my experience over the last 3 years, since this changes have come in the paper pattern, I have seen question number 4 most of the time 2 sums are textual, or exactly not textual, mostly similar with a changed name and number, but one sum definitely is going to be outside, sum from outside. Question number 5, this could be a dangerous thing where you could lose marks. It could be any out of these things. I had given an example of many of these sums expressing views, heuristics, someone approach. There were few papers uploaded by boards in their website, which I have downloaded and which I am going to take. So students, what we will do is, in our next video, I do not want to make this video long. In our next video, we will try to break the board paper 2020. Question number 4, third sum, and question number 5, 1, 2 sums. These 3 sums are absolutely nowhere connected from the textbook. These 3 sums are totally new. I will teach you how to solve this sum, or how to approach this sum if you're looking at the sum for the first time, and what to expect from 2021 paper, that is the coming year. There will be another video on this. So this video majorly focused on reduction in portion and why it has been reduced. So with this, I would like to end the video. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you so much, everybody.